The best top expert tips and hacks to make your life better. Lifehakx. Technology, business, multimedia, wellness and health, events, reviews, and more. This is Mary Collins from Lifehakx Media, and I have the pleasure of having Laura Newbury on our show this week. How are you, Laura?
I'm really well, thank you. How are you?
I'm great, thanks. Working from online, but actually starting to enjoy it. So I'm just going to give, I'm going to give the audience a quick bit of information about you. So Laura began her journey as a fitness instructor over 10 years ago after years of suffering with low back pain, which put you on the path of starting to learn about how to help back pain and through Pilates, for example. So you were blessed to be introduced to Zumba to start. And then after falling in love with that and really getting involved with the music and everything, you then went on to doing the Pilates classes, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So there's Pilates, exercise referral, nutrition and weight management, and most importantly, specializing specifically in lower back pain.
Big part of what I've tried to create is, people, especially people with low back pain or other injuries, not just low back pain, but, they don't really know what the right things to do are. And you want to do all these different types of exercises and you try lots of different things and you can end up making it loads worse. So you feel like you can't do anything. You have that fear then of being able to do any exercise. So that's kind of what inspired me to create this specific program where you can start really gentle, you can build that trust, build that confidence in movement and do it very gradually. And the movements that you're doing really are specific to help you start to build strength from the inside, core strength in your body, and build that confidence gradually to then be able to do more activities and more adventurous exercises or whatever you want to do. So
tell me a little bit more about the educational preparation for this instructive kind of Pilates that you do.
So basically what education I went through to get qualifying to be an exercise to music instructor, someone who hadn't really exercised much until sort of after I had a back operation, which was in my late 20s. I was in that position where I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what was going to make my back worse. So I ended up doing nothing. And, that affected me emotionally, physically, with my nutrition. It wasn't great. And then I just decided to do my exercise to music qualification, which is basically your aerobics. And then I discovered Zumba, and that opened up a lot of doors for me. And it's something I loved. I was still at that point getting back pain, I was doing cardio stuff and still not really understanding the body on that deeper level that I do now from the extra training I've done. So then I discovered Pilates and I sort of started to get a much more deeper level of understanding. And then even leading on from there, I really wanted to help people with low back pain. I found a lot of people were recommended Pilates who had back pain. So I had a lot of people with back pain coming to my classes. And luckily I understand back pain because I've had it myself. So, and I think unless you've had it, you don't really understand how it feels and how it affects the body and the different muscles in the body. So I then wanted to take that education further. So I went on to do a level 4 qualification where I did GP referral, which covers a lot of different illnesses and injuries, and then specialized in the lower back pain specifically for exercise for people with low back pain. And a part of that was nutrition coaching as well. So a lot of training, but really, really good.
Well worth it. Yeah, because for example, like if anyone who knows Pilates, doing this tabletop where you're supposed to be strengthening that core. If you've just had a baby or you have loose muscles from whatever reason, just from sheer laziness like myself, and you try to do this where you're turning your legs out to an angle to the right or to the left, you can actually do horrendous damage. My discs pop for whatever excuse, they bulge for any opportunity they get. And you really know how to tell people how to really, you focus on the strengthening and holding before you even attempt to get people to do something more, And now with the nutritional side of things, I'm so excited about this because I think once you get a person to start exercising, that's one thing, but then they want to clean up their lives. You know, there's that need then to be like, okay, I'm doing this work. I want to make sure that I see as much success as possible. So now tell me a little bit more about how does the nutritional side of things tie into your program? Because I have downloaded your app, which is like so exciting. Tell us a bit more about that. How did you develop the app and what does it do?
It's very exciting to have my own app, yes, that you can download on the Apple Store or on Google Play, called Back to Fitness. Mm-hmm. And incorporates different programs, but the first program that I started was a 6 week back to fitness challenge. So basically I wanted to, because back pain isn't just about the exercise. I think back pain affects us emotionally. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people with back pain, because they can't exercise and because they're in pain, you know, and because it affects them emotionally, it can really affect their nutrition as well, and what they eat and how they eat. And so I wanted that. I wanted it to be a full immersive program where we look at nutrition. So I just coach people through not dieting, because a lot of people go on diets and they never can stick to them because we see it as a diet, we see it as restriction. Whereas actually I coach people to make permanent lifelong changes in their nutrition. And it's done gradually, because we have these habits and habits are hard to break. So if we can start replacing old habits with new ones and building new habits and not see it as this big thing that, you know, I'm on a diet and I've got to do this. It's about just making gradual changes in your nutrition, along with gradually doing, you know, simple movements every day. And these simple movements that you do every day that I teach you in the program can make just such a difference in your physical health and building strength gradually. And people think that they need to be going to the gym 10 times a week doing cardio and to lose weight, whereas actually most of weight loss comes through your nutrition, you know, and how we're eating, what we're eating, feeding our bodies with the right foods. And it doesn't mean we have to deprive ourselves and not have things that we really enjoy either. It's just getting a good balance.
Right.
And then I also coach people as part of the program on all different things like motivation, habit change, give you lots of sort of mental tools as well to kind of keep you motivated through the program. We do weekly coaching sessions, weekly live sessions where I can really make sure you're getting your technique right, like you mentioned briefly earlier. It's all about getting the body in the right position and doing the moves correctly so you get the most out of them and don't actually, you know, make things worse.
Why work harder when you can work smarter and live better? Lifehakx. Really going online that really you wish you'd known, that you know now, that you would say to people when they're setting up online to either do an exercise or, you know, create an exercise. What should they be doing differently, or what should they start off with?
Well, exercise wise, what should they be doing?
Well, no, like for instance, you started online before in class, you had a little mic, but now that you're online, you have to, you know, do you find that you need more technology? Do you find that is there a certain instruction that you tell people at home that they need to have? Are they on, when they go to like one of your classes, do they have the option of being on camera as well? Or is it a one-to-one, or is it just they see you? How does it work for people so that they know a bit more about what they're going to get when they experience?
Yeah. So for me personally, I use Zoom, which is once you've set it up once, you know, it's really easy to use. You just and I created a timetable with the code. So once you've set up Zoom, you just enter a code to join a class, and then you have the option to be visible to me, which obviously I prefer, so I can look at you and see what you're doing with your technique. And in a class environment, I'll have a group of people so I can see everyone whilst I'm teaching them. And same with a one-to-one, I would see one-to-one and I'd be teaching. If people wasn't comfortable being on camera, then they don't have to be. You don't have to have video turned on. As far as equipment, you need either a tablet is best or a laptop. You can do it on your phone. You can use it on your phone, but obviously it's much smaller, so you can't see me as well. So having a tablet or a laptop, and then a mat, you know, that's kind of all you need to do these things and make a start. So
okay, I have to admit that in your class, but probably because I'm greedy, I always had like 2 mats because it's softer on my back and on my joints.
I do recommend people when they join the program to purchase a slightly thicker mat, which is what I use, like a 1 centimeter. It's like a memory foam, and it's really nice, you know, for being on all fours, lying on your back is much more comfortable. Definitely.
And then comfortable clothing obviously is another.
Yeah, comfortable clothing. Yeah.
And do people need to sign off on some sort of certification to say what their conditions are? Do you need to know details?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'd ask everyone to fill out what we call a PARQ health form. In the UK, it might be different, called something different, but that's what I use. And it just makes, you just have to let me know. It's just a form you fill out that lets me know if any of your specific, if you have injuries or any illnesses and medications and things like that, to make sure it's safe for you to exercise.
Yeah. And so how easy was it for you to get your app up and going? I mean, that's an amazing, you hear about this, but you're like, how did this work? And what does the app do for me? Like whoever's listening and they join your program, what's the process? So they sign up to your app and then what happens? Is it like classes or videos? What happens then?
Yeah, it's a combination. So depending on what you're doing, but with the specific 6-week program, it's very hands-on as well as having videos on an app. So the app I actually used a company to create the app. They actually have the format, and then it's really great. You upload your videos into it. So it's very simple. I didn't have to create my own app from scratch because there's a lot of tech involved in that and a lot of knowledge. But luckily I used a platform that already have an app that you can then put all your content in, just like you would with a website. But it's been great. And then it was a little bit of work to get it launched on Google and Apple. But I had lots of support with that. So that was great. And then it's just a matter of building the content in the app. So in the app, you have recorded coaching sessions, recorded videos that you do every day of me teaching, basically. And it's very simple to follow. It's day 1, week 1, day 1, week day 2, day 3. So it's very structured, very simple to follow. And you just follow them videos every day and do exactly what I say. And it's very gradual, very progressive, starting with just 15 minutes a day on the 6-week challenge that's specific for people with injuries and back pain. So
Okay. And then the nutrition side, is that also on the app with the menus and recipes or?
There's a PDF which you can download, which you get a full nutrition guide, which gives you lots of sort of tips on how to improve nutrition, but also a full 6-week meal plan. And there's the option of a vegan option as well. So for anyone who's vegan, they can have a 6-week vegan meal plan as well. And then I do coaching on nutrition as well. So there's some recorded coaching sessions to help you with lots of extra tips. And we do coaching sessions regularly as well, where we come on live on the Zoom as well and do them. So people can ask questions, people can support each other. So I have a support group as well, a Facebook group where everyone who's involved in the program, and that's such a great thing to have. That sort of,
motivation,
to motivation, accountability, people to relate to who are going through the same things as you, and people on the program have found that really beneficial.
I'm sure, especially because people all have different dietary needs, and it might help if somebody else has like IBS or somebody else has a bit of an allergy or an intolerance. They can share kind of, okay, I didn't use this part of the recipe because it had potatoes, but I use sweet potatoes, which is just as good and less, destructive to the intestine, so that's great that you have got this set up in such a nice way, that I'm looking forward to trying it myself and being accountable. That's the tricky bit, being accountable.
We kind of don't want to be, but we do. It's a mindset thing, isn't it? But it really does help. It really does make a difference having that accountability.
Absolutely. And I think also the fact that you have a Facebook page where you put up videos, which are once again really wonderful because a lot of them have to do with motivation and mindset. And I think that's really important. So how often do you try to put up a video on your Facebook page, and does it go onto the website as well? Is it the same thing that goes onto the app? How does that work?
Yeah, I mean, I do specific mindset coaching for everyone who's part of their programs and who's in my app, which they can do live with me, or they can watch back recorded if they can't do the live sessions. And then, I put little snippets of that out on my actual Facebook page as well. I like to do little, just to put it out there to people. And anyone I can help really in any sort of way, physically, with their physical and mental health. I like to pop little things out on Facebook, probably once or twice a week as well on my Facebook page.
Okay. And the 6-week course, can it start at any time for people, or do you recommend doing it after the holidays, or do you think it is possible to do it through the chomp down period that is Christmas and the rest of Hanukkah and the
Honestly,
rest of the holidays?
I think honestly now, I would recommend starting January now.
Okay.
I probably wouldn't start now. If someone wanted to, then I wouldn't object. If they were really raring to go and thought, yeah, no, I can do this. Christmas has no effect on me at all with regards to my nutrition and how busy I am, then great. They could get started. There's no strict starting times. It's just a rolling program, and people join when they're ready and when they, when they like. And it's what I do is with the starting program. How they start the program is they fill out an application form just to make sure we can get an idea if they're a right fit for the program, because it's not for everyone. It is for specific types of people who want to get free from low back pain or have a fear of exercise and want to build up gently and build up that strength and confidence. And then we get on a call. So I just have a call with them and we can chat through what their goals are, find out what their barriers are or have been with their nutrition and with their exercise, getting into exercise, and we can decide together whether it's a good fit for them, and then we get them set up and running from there.
Okay. And that's important. So anyone who's listening or watching this video, be aware that Laura is a very busy person and she has got a lot of people who are part of this program. And if you'd like to get to be part of the program and you're like, oh, I'll start in January, then you need to start thinking about signing up as soon as possible, or February, because there might be a limit to how many people can be on a Zoom call, for example. You might miss out on a class if you're not signed up sooner than later. So wonderful. And for people who are interested, where is the best place to find your information?
Okay, so the best place is probably on my website, which is pilatesbacktohealth.com.
Okay, is that with the T-O or is that back to with the number 2 health?
That's with a T-O, yeah. So pilatesbacktohealth.com. And you can find like information about me, you can find my classes, you can find the link, the Back to Fitness link, which it's just in the sub menus, Back to Fitness, and then the application form is in there, which they just click the link and they can fill it in. And as soon as they filled it in, it will give them the option to book a call with me. And obviously I have limited slots, but the slots will be there that are available, and they can book a call, and then we'll get on a call and we'll take them from there.
Excellent. Wonderful. And of course, we will be posting this on lifehakx.com. That's with a K and an X. And we will be sharing, I'm sure if Laura has any time to share extra blogs on Lifehakx, she will, with her links to her website and all of her other social media. Thank you so much, Laura. It has been a pleasure.
No problem. Thanks for talking to me.
The best top expert tips and hacks to make your life better. Lifehakx. Technology, business, multimedia, wellness and health, events, reviews, and more. Lifehakx. Every Sunday at 7 p.m. Lifehakx. Lifehakx.com. That's with a K and an X on Radio X.